Yes, welcome to Respect Your Elderly. This is going to be a little bit of a fun one. We're all playing as aging heroes, and they're getting dragged out of the nursing home to maybe come out of retirement and save the world. Maybe not. But I guess for now we shall begin. Yay. Welcome to the Golden Palace. And the next number for bingo is B12. I repeat, B12. During the daily bingo game, you're all sitting together playing bingo. Aldo, could you please describe your character for me?
Human looking, quite long, very white hair, with a hefty walking stick beside them, wearing kind of a patchwork dressing gown, with it's all multicoloured and a variety of interesting, very clashing shades. And that is Kai.
Borgat?
I be a salty sea serpent, wearing the old sailing uniform, which is looking a little bit worse for wear. Standing as a proud dragonborn, well, sitting right now, and looking always a bit on edge.
Bunny? Would you please describe your character?
Yeah. I got my tongue. Raya is a. I completely forgot the words.
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi. Oh, I am completely okay. Mm-hmm.
Did you not read the script?
Where's the script? No. Yeah, she's at the backseat. She used to work as a detective back in the day. And now she's enjoying retirement, working with flowers and reading. She really likes making flower bands for all of her neighbors and friends, and just decorating her fur in general with flowers. So that's her.
Kadari, would you like to describe your character?
Yep. Whistle Spritz is a very small gnome, sitting in a wheelchair, a pink dressing gown wrapping him. The sides of the chair hang with various pouches of tools, equipment of different sorts, and perched on the back is a large decorative brass owl perched on the back of the chair. For some reason.
Croy, would you like to your character?
Which, for anybody who has been hanging around with Wu for long enough, knows that he's had a bit of a malfunction. He's a tall warforged who is willingly letting himself degrade so that he can be with his companions. He's very old. Nobody's really sure exactly how old, but he's been in more than one war.
Wonderful. Matt, would you like to describe your character?
Yeah. So, Scylla is a centaur, not a particularly tall one. Only stands about 5.5 feet tall, with long flowing white hair coming off their head that matches their tail. They just wear a very simple white gi over their top half, with a blue, almost scaled looking belt going around their waist. They've got a very bottom half, horse half, however you want to call it, is very glossy looking. Appear to maintain it quite well. And they appear to have strange looking oversized horseshoes on their feet that don't look particularly comfortable and do not match in the slightest.
Wonderful. Thank you. So you're just casually sitting around playing bingo. There's 2 other residents of the Golden Palace that are also there, Inara Emberhurst and Sylvia Lightwalker, but they're currently bickering over some argument that they've had like 1,000 times and will continue to have another 1,000 times. Well, it's all old hat. In fact, the whole place is really quite boring, routine. Thanks to the budget cuts made by the city council, the retirement home has it's gone downhill fairly rapidly. You still have reasonably nice rooms, but all of the communal facilities are starting to crumble in places. The hot water's a little bit patchy. Sometimes the plumbing's not great. It's just kind of a really boring environment to be in. In fact, the only reason why there's daily bingo games is because Nia, the halfling running them, is working off her 20 years of community service after a misunderstanding with some goblins. It's basically just dull. Really, really dull. On this particular morning, however, the tedium is interrupted by the bell on the front door jingling heavily. Oh no. Jingling heavily. As the door is sort of almost kicked open, and a young human male comes bolting through it. He's carrying a bunch of scrolls and sort of shabby purple and blue robes. Although he does almost drop the scrolls the minute he sees Nia sitting on the table, reading out the bingo numbers and blushing as he turns away from her, heads over towards Whistle Sprite. Grandpa, I and the rest of the people of Ardia require your immediate aid.
We're playing the bingo. What is it?
This is a little bit more important than bingo. This is the end of the world.
Are there fires in the streets? Are there people screaming?
There will be soon.
Right. Show me what you've got, then we can play the bingo.
And Kyle sort of steps forward towards the table and just drops all of these scrolls that he's had. You know all of the grain shortages and the poor catches that the fishermen have been reporting and the storms and everything. I think something's happening. I think there's a curse on this land with the crops. I tried telling the city council, but they wouldn't listen to me. They wouldn't. They just think it's a drought, but there's no natural drought. I've been tracking the paths. And I don't know who else to turn to.
Yes, quite. Show us your research.
And Kyle spreads out these maps over the table, and it shows the city and the farmland that is around the city, and it's this sort of, he's been carefully, like you can see where he's been tracing the lines on the maps to sort of where crops have been failing and sort of like almost like triangulating different sections of it. And then it's sort of, they all kind of lead back in a line towards this one mountain range. The other thing that is in his research is like a list of potential rituals that could have caused this. But he's not really 100% sure who is responsible, more just there's like this massive, he's pretty convinced that there's a curse basically over the city. But the city council won't listen to him. And
right, I see. So these lines and originating from here.
Yes.
Can I-
Yes.
Look over his work and see if it makes sense. See if it looks like it would be unnatural to me.
Roll me an Arcana check, please.
Oh, I'm still on self-roll. My apologies. That's a 13. Let's reveal it.
Looks reasonably legitimate. You might maybe point out that he's got like one calculation just slightly off. Didn't put a decimal place in the right place, but for the most part, it seems like he's on the right track.
I just reach over and scribble over the wrong calculation while I'm looking at the rest of it.
Kind of whimpers a little bit as he sees that, and then goes, "Oh, yeah, whoops."
It looks like you're right, actually. This doesn't look natural.
No, it seems to be spreading out of the city in waves. It's very... But it's also, it's growing rapidly. And he kind of points to some other calculations. Like, it feels like it's going... If we don't do something about it soon, pretty soon we won't be able to stop whatever it is. And like on these maps, there's very little farmland that's been left sort of untouched by this.
Yes, I see your predictions here, and of course the council would do nothing about it. The council won't do anything about anything around here. Right, move out of the way, boy. And I'll wheel away from the table and start wheeling towards the door. As I'm doing so, I just call back over my shoulder. You lot, come along.
But we're still playing the bingo.
That's me. Adventure? A mystery?
We can play the bingo any day.
I'd be almost having a full house.
Where do you think you lot are going?
Yep.
Oh.
We be going to stretch our legs.
Just for a
Apparently,
stroll.
bingo is
just-
good enough.
Just going for a walk.
You know you're not allowed to leave.
Wu walks over to Sila and taps her on the back of the haunch, and then he bends down next about 2 foot, about a foot away from where her back legs are. And he taps her, and he bends down.
Hello, Lou.
Zip, and he taps his hand on his head.
I think I'm getting a mistranslation. Does anyone else know what he's saying?
I
think
think
he
he wants
wants
you
to
to kick him in the
kick.
head again.
Yeah, give him a good old kick.
Well,
You know what
if
his voice
it's-
box is like. No, the head! In the head!
Oh, sorry, you know my legs aren't as good as they used to be.
I mean, that's enough. I was just wanting a tap, but yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so he gets this blunt trauma, and he stands up, and he says, "Hey, thank you. And then he just walks off, following.
Would you like some help to... Oh, okay.
I think it sounds better the other way, but... As I'm just wheeling forwards and I'm trying to wheel around her, she blocks the way.
This is Incan. She basically oversees the Golden Palace. And she's kind of glaring at Kyle. She's like, dude, visiting hours like 12 noon yesterday. Get out of my nursing home.
We're trying to get out, you're in the way.
No, not you. You were supposed to stay here. Remember the last incident when a bunch of you got out and wandered the streets?
That weren't our fault.
If they didn't want the trees to be burnt down, they shouldn't have put them there.
I think we'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
They haven't planted any more
No.
trees, we can't burn anything else down.
Stephen will look after us.
We can't burn any more trees down.
Well,
There will be no tree burning. You're all
Yes,
to
because
return
there aren't
to
any
your
trees.
rooms. No. You're not to leave. And she kind of reaches down and slaps her hand against the desk, and you hear the kind of metallic click of the front door as it kind of locks behind her.
As she slaps the desk, I'd like to cast Thaumaturgy to make the ground tremble.
Go for it.
It's just something I can do.
And she just kind of like glares at you. She's not particularly...
Oh,
Hi.
welcome back.
Minor panic.
Well done, Discord.
I think just going around in a circle at something, I think all of us are going to get kicked at least once.
Well, you might need to right click and show camera for all of us.
Yep, don't worry. I'm on it. There we go.
Just a question while we're here. How high is the ceiling in this place?
Probably like, I don't know, normal ceiling height. Like, it's not a particularly tall building, and it's not a particularly fancy building, so... What's that like? Are they normally about 20 feet high or something?
15, 20 feet.
Yeah, something like that. And she basically she's standing there with her hands on the hips, and she's decidedly unimpressed. All of you are to return to your rooms now. And she glares at Kyle, who just kind of like whimpers and tries to move away from her.
Well, the boy can't get out now. You've locked the doors. How's he supposed to leave?
Take him through the back.
Well,
An excellent idea.
we
Let's
tried.
go.
I head back and sit back down and pick up my bingo sheet.
Nia, seeing this, is like... prepares the little thing and starts rolling it again as she does so. And then proceeds to call out, I-16! I-16! The couple over on the other table stop arguing for a second, and one of them triumphantly stamps her bingo card as she does so.
I glare at them.
Sila walk up to... I've forgotten her name very quickly, I'm afraid.
Incan.
Lincoln. And just lay a hand on her shoulder.
She looks at you very suspiciously as you do so.
Are you feeling okay today, Lincoln? You don't look well.
I'm fine. Just ready for lunch. You should all go back to your rooms. He kind of shrugs your hand off.
Just before they do that, because I'm touching them, does that mean I can use my hand of harm?
Sure.
Oh god, you're gonna kill an orderly.
Killing spree.
It's
early.
I mean, it doesn't
Really
really
go
do
on.
damage, but that isn't my goal.
She basically shrugs your hand off.
My main goal was to do this and poison her.
Okay.
You don't look well.
Perhaps I better go sit down. You should all return to your rooms.
Yes, once the bingo's done.
Fine. And you. And she kind of like staggers over towards Kyle. Go and see Irving in the kitchen. Get him to take you out the back door. Kyle, as he brushes past you, Lieutenant whispers, I'll meet you outside. And then skulks off towards the direction of the kitchen, tripping over his own feet as he wanders past Nia, and disappears through the kitchen door.
Okay. He's a good lad, that one. I wish people would come to visit me. Shame they all died.
He did interrupt bingo, so we're not quite good, but he's an alright lad.
Aye, but you know. He has a thing for that girl, I think.
Yes.
It sounded like there might be some war outside.
Again?
Something needs to be done. And the council aren't going to do it. As usual, they want to sit on their hands.
Council can never do anything right. A ham-fisted approach is never well. Near the numbers!
While you're all sitting there, Incan has got returned back to her office and just sort of slumped down in her chair. But Nia continues to read out the bingo numbers for probably about another half an hour. The game ends when Fina basically starts screaming bingo at the top of her lungs. She hasn't actually got bingo, she just proclaims it. And Nia seeing an opportunity to escape this situation. Because follows the path that Kyle has taken out of the main room and disappears through the kitchen.
That woman has the best luck. She wins every week. Oh,
Nobody
You actually believe that?
I don't really care. Anyway, Whistlesprit, your grandson, he said he'd meet us outside. Perhaps we could sneak out through the kitchen.
No, the staff will be in there.
Fine, we can
Not
have the
looking
staff.
so good. I'll just
The front door's locked, we can't go.
I'll wheel up to the corner and sort of peer round into the glass. Hang on.
Do we know if the door is locked by a button or a key?
You would know that Incan is the only person who can unlock the front door. And you would also know that the front door is alarmed.
Oh, that's scary.
The other thing that you would... Actually, can everyone roll me a... insight check?
Laughs at the person who got higher than me.
I don't have very many skills.
Okay.
Why don't we just ask Irving if he'd let us out? Maybe I could charm him.
Well,
I mean, if you think you can do it.
Alright then.
Stand up and take a minute to fully straighten up. And I'll start hobbling over.
Irving!
I'll barge into the kitchen.
He looks up and he's been going through like the supplies or whatever, and they don't look very good. Oh, Lieutenant, what brings you to the kitchen? I was just looking over this shit.
Aye, me and the crew, we be wishing to head outside.
I don't know.
Go on. What's the worst that could happen?
I could lose me job.
We can't burn the trees down a second time.
Tell you what. I won't fight you guys, but make it look like I fought you guys.
Who do you want to be hitting you?
Someone who doesn't hit very hard.
Sounds like a job for me. Make room.
I have rope with that. We could just tie you up.
That
You
sounds
don't be
even
having-
better.
I have a spell that can do that.
I'll just roll into the kitchen and wheel my wheelchair over his feet.
Ow!
If it saves my rope, on you go.
I mean, I'm not going to use it. We don't need to, but we can say we did.
Later.
Because you can say that we used it, and it has the same effect.
Come here, Irvin. I'll sort you out with some rope.
Thanks.
Ye be a good lad, Irvin.
I really
Thank
don't
you.
want that cow to...
I'm gonna stick
kind
20
of
gold
like-
into his pocket.
You're a good lad,
Oh.
Aaron.
Oh, thank you. That'll at
Just
least
as-
cover me if she fires me.
Just as I finish tying him up as tightly as I can to make it as realistic as possible, I'll just say, yes, she's quite ill at the moment. It might be a long time for anyone comes to let you out of the ropes. Have a nice day. Then just walks out the back door.
I'll move a bucket nearby.
Just in case you need to go.
Ah, great. He's just kind of sitting there on the kitchen floor. And the rest of you do manage to make it out.
Kai almost
fact-
trips over him on the way out, and very nearly falls.
Hey, watch it!
You watch where you're sitting.
I can't move!
Well, that's your fault, isn't it?
He kind of just glares up at you and scoots back against the shelf, managing to knock a few things off it that kind of fall around him in a pile. My favourite mug! As he pretty much just sends you out. And yeah, you make it out into the street. You meet up with Kyle, who's actually been somewhat organised about this entire adventure. Council really should hire him for, like, other things. But they won't
Yeah, the
listen to
council
him.
really should hire you for other things.
You'd be
Grandpa.
better off not being in the council.
Show us the map again. Let's see where we're going.
And he pulls this map out. And it's sort of... There's the farmland, and then there's sort of this wooded, foresty type part. And a long path heading up to the Silver Mountains. And there's kind of been rumours of an old abandoned temple there, but no one's sort of... It's been decades. Like, no one's really 100% sure of what's there. Or who's
Mountains? You expect us to climb bloody mountains?
Well, we don't have much choice, do we? Really?
Get some work
You've
on your
got
legs,
a
eh?
That'll be some good exercise for you there.
What is...
Kai goes to swing with his walking stick, and almost falls over again, but puts the walking stick back down in time to not fall over.
I'd be agreeing with Kai. Is there no tram system?
No. I did organise transport out of the city. I can get us to here, and he kind of points to this crossroad on the map that's just on the edge of the farmland and the forest.
It has been such a while since we last left. I am looking forward to it.
There you go, see? The boy's made us transport. He's clever on this one. Should go to a university or something.
It's transport for the easy bit.
Kyle just kind of sighs and leads
He
you
needs-
to a...
He needs to toughen up a bit. Wouldn't last
That's
a minute.
that girl he likes out. That would toughen him up.
I'll poke him.
He kind of blushes and moves away from your finger. I don't like
Poking
Nia.
him.
Will you be fooling me?
And yeah, so you basically find yourselves riding a wagon, and even here, you can see that this man and his beasts are quite skinny. They look like they're starting to also feel the bite of the famine. And as you travel away from the city, the once fertile farmland looks bleak and grey with the crops are sort of withering in their field. It is, however, a lovely day. The sun is shining, birds are singing. There's a nice breeze blowing across the land. Just a subtle one. Not too hot, not too cold, just, lovely. And after about 2 hours on the bumpy wagon, you leave the farmlands and find yourselves at a crossroads. Ahead is the lightly wooded foothills, leading to the Silver Mount, which is where you're going. Kyle pays the farmer and reluctantly points towards the wood where a large wooden sign greets you. Beware bandits, the sign reads with a small, crude weasel-like drawing drawn on it. Behind that sign, however, are a bunch of dead bodies hanging from a tree. And Kyle sees them, pales, and is just like, I'm sure it's safe. I've never been outside the city. We probably shouldn't be worried.
They'd be already dead.
Looks safe enough.
The dead can't be hurting you, lad.
Well, you should come with us. It'll toughen you up.
Yeah. He kind of eyes the bodies, and at that particular moment, there's sort of like a creeping sound, and one of the hands falls off this corpse. He jumps back and is like,
That could be handy.
He be giving you a hand, boy.
Don't be such a scaredy cat. It's just a dead body.
and so,
I'm gonna take the hand.
Kyle moves away from you. He is just not here for corpses.
Now, you see, Boy, this is what happens around pirates. They're always losing hands. They always need spares.
Listen.
Woo, this is the way of the war. Come, boy, here. And Wu stretches out to try and push him forward towards the corpse to get a good look at it. You have to understand what they are made of so you can kill them better.
Kill them?
Now. We don't have to be that desperate.
Do you even have a weapon?
I've got these knives, and he kind of pulls out something that looks more like it's for cutting up spell ingredients than actually, like, stabbing anybody.
Oh no, that's not a weapon.
I'll give him a hand
Those
axe.
away.
Take this.
Sorry, Borgat, what did you give him?
A hand axe. I just pulled that out of my coat.
Sweet.
You should be using this. Hit with the sharp bit.
And he, like, takes it from you. And then kind of almost drops it and slices off one of his fingers as he does so.
On second thought, I'll take it back and I'll give him a dagger. Use this one instead.
Yeah, and he takes a dagger from you. He's still really unsure about it, but, you know, city boys, eh?
This
And
was
so,
your
yeah.
idea, boy. It only makes sense to come along.
I know, we need to save
Add
the
all the
city.
stories you can tell the ladies when you're done.
You might impress a nondescript bingo caller.
You think... Oh, maybe. I don't know. And yeah.
If there's
so,
one
good
thing
luck for you
I've
as well.
learned about humans and love,
Yes.
if there was, I'd tell it to him right now.
Oh. I see. Well, anyway. Pressing on.
poke him again with the severed hand.
So you continue down the path?
Yes.
Okay. And yeah. Continue on. Travel down the path. It's a really
I
lovely
would like to
game.
keep a lookout just in case what's her faces try to catch us from our escape.
Inkin's failed
Ah.
like 2 constitution checks. I don't think she's following you.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I
In fact,
think
she
the poison
rolled a
only
nat
lasts to the
101
end of my
on
next turn.
Oh well.
So not long lasting, just makes her feel really crappy so we can sneak out at the time.
What can happen in a minute? Or however long a round goes for. I don't remember. It'll be fine. Anyway, you continue down through this winding path. It is a really lovely day. And for the most part, you're not really sure why anyone was worried about bandits. Haven't seen any other sign aside from the dead bodies. Although I will welcome you if you would like to make a perception check.
There is no army here.
I would very much like to do a perception.
Yeah.
I'd be safe if I was here.
Oh, excellent.
Perception is going well today, lads.
That's so funny. Oh, God. We very
I
much
feel like I'm the only one who's done one now.
My dice didn't roll, it just went plonk. 9.
I think I know how old I was, Grandpa.
I've lived a lot more years than you. And I know exactly how old I am. Which means I know exactly how old you are. And how old your mother was. I'm... 400...
When King was in power.
Yes. The captain's right.
Aye, he be old as shit.
Kyle just sort of looks a little bit amused, but allows you to continue on. Are you going to keep following the path?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hobbling down the road.
Goblins? Where?
Hobbling. Are you keeping pace with the slowest of the group, or are you just going off ahead? Some of us have bad legs, don't you know?
What?
It's fine. He can stay behind.
They be talking about myself.
Nice to stretch the legs every now and then.
I'll stretch your legs in a minute.
It's such a lovely day
Well done.
outside. Wow.
It is. Really lovely. Birds, sunshine, the slight sound of water as it moves down the river. Those are cliff faces, by the way. There's a little bit of a drop.
Oh, I will stand on the cliffside and look down.
Hold on. Never trust a bridge. Never trust a bridge.
No, like I'm not on the bridge. I'm on the cliffside.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wheel up to the bridge and just inspect the posts and the ropes here. See if there's any signs of them being cut.
Sure. Make me an investigation check. I think that would be.
19?
Yeah. Bridge looks stable. Reasonably fine.
Hmm.
Doesn't look like, there's any damage to it at all.
I don't trust it.
I mean,
You go ahead, Woo.
What you don't know about bridges is not worth knowing. And I
Exactly.
step forward.
bridge is fine.
Are you coming, Kyle?
Then.
Oh, yeah, Kyle is coming.
Catch up, boy.
He stopped to tie a shoelace.
Go on,
However-
Whistle. I'm getting my breath back.
As the three of you at the front step off the bridge, stepping out of the trees up ahead comes a man with long grey hair, a grey shot beard, and he's got a heavy crossbow pointed at you.
Harvard? Is that you?
No.
Oh. Sorry, my fault.
And he kind of trails the crossbow on you. Or
What are
trains the
you going to
crossbow.
do with that thing there?
That's a
It's
bit
a weapon.
rude.
Where's
Pointing
your...
at others.
Yeah. Wu just walks up.
Listen up,
Oh.
fellas. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
I'm gonna fire Eldritch Blast at him.
Go for it.
Bang.
That hits.
We be doing this the hard way.
Yup. And it does. It slams into him. He definitely takes that damage, and he almost holds onto his crossbow, but he almost drops it. And as it hits him, he basically shouts out, and other members of his party start appearing from within the trees, both on this side of the river and on the other side of the river.
Goodness, it's a party out here.
We found the army. It's not very big.
These men have fantastic hair. Just saying.
It could be entertaining, though.
Oh, they look lovely.
Art Breeder is amazing. Anyway,
Guy on the top left just looks really happy to be here. He's not bothered about the combat.
Lovely day.
Friends.
and I would like for everybody to please roll initiative. Assuming that I have set the combat up correctly. Yes.
The coiffed bandits.
There's a lot of 8s today.
Definitely remember, where's initiative on the sheet again?
Top right. It's in the top bar, so top
yes.
right any tab.
Oh,
And remember, you can
man.
pop on the initiative tracker by right-clicking it.
Okay.
I'm not sure about this bridge.
That's fair. Lieutenant, you're up.
This do be a pickle. Captain, I may be needing your help.
I'm gonna pull out a skull from my bag, covered in jewels, and sort of throw it. More like a few. Well, I can throw it a small ways away, and it'll carry over to, let's say, here. And I'm gonna cast Summon Undead and bring
Captain Fang Terror out.
Okay. The guy that's closest to you?
yeah, the
Sorry,
one
I
that I
can't-
targeted, Bagley Brown Jr.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to stay where I am, and I'm just going to say to Kyle,
Kyle, get onto the bridge. It'll be safer for you.
and that'll be the end of my go, and then the captain goes after me. I'm just going to shout to
Captain, rip him apart.
and the captain is going to touch this man. I can't phrase that better. He's going to use Deathly Touch as this ghostly form of a lizard folk, dragonborn captain slashes at this man. And hopefully hits. Nope, probably not. Does a 9 hit him?
A 9 does not hit him, but he does look reasonably disturbed about the fact that this ghostly pirate has just, like, tried to wag their fingers at him, basically.
Cool.
Next up. Is that your turn?
That is my turn, yeah.
Yeah. Scylla?
So Sila's going to grin, then canter up to between this pair.
Okay.
Just smile and go, well, suppose we should get started. And to the one on the left, an unarmed strike. Lovely.
That hits.
I'll put a forgot what it's called already. A hand of harm on that. So it does an extra. Oh, sorry, that shouldn't have an attack. That's just the extra necrotic damage, and they're now poisoned.
Okay. Is that the grey weasel that you were targeting, or?
Yeah, sorry, the grey one that came out initially and got hit with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
So second attack, same opponent. Assuming that'll miss.
Yeah, that misses.
And bonus action, one more hit. Does that hit?
That hits.
Lovely. And I'll use Stunning Strike on that.
Okay.
Should be I should remember these things better. Constitution saving throw, DC 5.
He passes.
Damn.
That's not what we want to hear.
So that's everything at the moment, and Cyril will just stand between this pair smiling.
Okay, but he's poisoned.
Yes, so disadvantage on attacks and saving throws. Or ability check, sorry. Which I think I'm assuming.
Okay, cool. It's Kyle's turn. He is basically going to take the lieutenant's advice and kind of like move past him onto the bridge. He's sort of not really sure what he's going to do, and he kind of pulls out the dagger ready and then realizes that there's nobody around him that he can actually stab. And so then he is going to cast Firebolt, I think. Yes, Firebolt, towards the Grey Weasel. And he misses. It kind of slams into the tree next to him. So that's his turn. The Grey Weasel is not particularly appreciating this whole thing, which is fair enough, but also he probably shouldn't have targeted you. So he's going to drop his crossbow, and he is going to pull out his longsword and stab towards you, Thyla.
Fair.
Does a 16 hit?
Nope.
He's going to stab at you again, this time looking more frustrated, and that definitely misses. So he's not particularly happy about. Yeah. Raja?
Yes. How far can I walk now? Is it 25? Trying to figure out where that is. No, it's 20. Okay, never mind. I'll walk up here and I will use my short bow on the guy straight ahead of me.
You'll get sneak attack on that roll if you hit 2. And you do.
Cool, nice.
Nice.
So if you want to roll however many d6s that is, I think I actually set that up on the sheet.
3d6.
3d6.
Like this?
Yes. So he takes 16 points of damage from you.
Nice.
Very nice.
As, your arrow arcs straight into him. Woo? Oh, is there anything else you'd like to do before?
No, I am good, thank you.
Woo?
Wu raises his hand, arm straight in front of him like this, and he walks 30 foot forward, and he says, chop off the head of the enemy, and then he just basically turns and faces Greybeard and lets loose barrage of magic missile. As he's walking forward, his hand just spins round. His whole hand spins round on his wrist, and then as he gets forward, it was about there. He targets Greybeard with magic missile.
Okay.
So, he's just going to cast it at first level. Is that just one roll?
Roll it multiple times for how many darts you're firing.
Exactly. I thought I might picked it.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Untick the consume spell slot for the
it's
extra rolls.
consumed a slot, so I'll just roll 2d6.
It's d4. 2d4.
Almost got away with it. There we go. So that's
Okay.
9 points damage, and so it's the 6 and the 3.
Yeah. And he looks pretty beat up at this point. He kind of screeches and waves his hands at his men to try and get them to continue to attack you guys. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's me.
Okay. Whistle Spirit?
Yes. I'm just going to roll off the edge of the bridge to give Kyle a way past. And I pull out, from one of the pouches at my side, I pull out a tiny model of a ballista. It's about this long. And I hold it up in front of me, carefully aim the bow, and fire my Eldritch Cannon.
Okay.
I did not actually, write out the Eldritch Cannon, which would have been a helpful thing to do. I'm just going to roll it.
Yeah.
That's a 12 to hit. I'm aiming for... I've forgotten his name already. The one that the captain's aiming for. Buckley Brown Jr.
That misses.
Alex. Just see this blast of force energy fly off into the trees and knock a branch down.
Kind of jumps and stares at you. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I just look towards Kyle and go, "Get across the bridge, boy." And I'm done.
Okay. That brings us up to Silver's turn, and they are basically gonna turn towards Sylar and swing at them with their great axe. Does a 21 hit?
Ooh, sad.
You take 9 points of slashing damage as this dwarf brings a rather large and heavy, or their rather large and heavy great axe down against you. And I think that's their turn done. Bagley Brown Jr. is not particularly sure as to what the hell's going on. There's some weird ghostly pirate hovering around him. And he's going to try and slash at it with his great axe. I don't know how well it's going to go for him. It does not go very well at all. Misses entirely. Possibly because it's a pirate ghost. I don't know. And yes. The two blondies in the tree, I'm basically going to treat them on the same initiative order because, yeah. Are both going to fire down towards you, Lieutenant, with their longbows. Does a 24 hit?
No. Yes.
They actually, yeah, okay, so you take 5 points of piercing damage as the first one looses his bow. Oh, I think he actually gets extra shots. He does! He's gonna fire at you again.
Right.
A 23 also probably hits, which means...
Oh no, that one does miss. No.
4 points of piercing damage, and then basically the other blondie is basically going to do the same thing, but this time he's going to fire towards Kyle.
What an asshole.
He got a 1 on his attack roll. And a critical on his
Oh no.
damage for the first shot.
Is that Kyle?
Yeah, and he's missed
Cancelled.
both of them. As they, the arrows basically, you hear them splash into the water below. Tyler, the people in this woods really do not like you very much. And the half-orc next to you is basically going to swing at you with a longsword. Does a 23 hit?
Yeah, I think that one will get me in the ribs.
Yeah, you take 4 points of slashing damage as she stabs at you, and then does so again. Except that she sort of, I think in pulling her sword out, has kind of like got herself a bit off balance because she misses. Kai, what havoc are you planning?
Oh, it's finally around to me. Let's see. Well, I suppose what's his face is taking a beating at the moment. Yeah, we'll just go for good old Toll the Dead against him. That's the Grey Weasel, that's the one.
Yeah, okay, so he is going to need to make a wisdom saving throw, and I believe he has disadvantage because he's currently poisoned.
Yes, disadvantage on ability checks. I do not know saving throws count as ability checks.
No, they don't.
Okay. He fails. And yeah, basically he looks really, really beaten up, and he kind of turns towards his men. It's like, get him! As your magic slams into him.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do.
Okay.
Step where we are. Movement's not not exactly Guy's forte, so...
Yep. Lieutenant?
I'm going to take a shot at one shot each at the blondies. So we'll start with Glitch, bang, and the second shot will be at Therago the ass. These names.
I'll tell you about them later. So they both take 9 points of damage.
Cool. And the captain will continue attempting to tear into this this person.
Okay.
17 hit this one?
I believe it does.
If it hits, then he is required to make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened until the end of its next turn.
He fails. So he is now scared.
Scared of the ghost.
Can't
And
say
I will hobble a little bit onto the bridge.
Okay.
And that's me done.
Cool. Tyler? Cool.
Sile just punch. What was his name? Silver? The one with the great axe that hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just go punch them once in the face.
That hits.
Brilliant. Can I make that a stunning strike? So a DC 15 Constitution save, please.
Sure. Yeah, she fails.
Excellent. So you now incapacitated, can't move, auto fail strength and dex saves, and every other hit I have against you has advantage.
Wonderful.
So I'm now going to just hit them again. Is it shift click to roll with advantage, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. That hits.
Bonus action, I'll just hit that one again.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So I'll just keep grinning and going. Do you not think you should run? 3 of you are struggling with just one of us. Just wait till the rest of us get here. It'll be my turn.
Sure. Okay. Kyle saw those arrows whizzing past his head and is just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die here. And so he is going to keep running up towards you guys and try and fire across the river again with Fireball towards Bagley Brown Jr. I just need Firebolt, sorry. And he misses. Probably because he's terrified.
Maddie, we really need to teach you how to aim.
Take some deep breaths.
Probably be. He's just sort of really... Ah! And that's going to be his turn. The Grey Weasel's up now. He does not look particularly happy about how this is all going down.
Sorry, they're no longer poisoned, by the way, Russ. Just in case that changes anything.
Not really. He was just going to stab at you a couple of times.
Yeah, it's just disadvantage as opposed to a flat roll as well.
Yeah. I'm guessing a 22 hits.
I'd say so.
Cool. You take 7 points of slashing damage as he sort of almost seems to shake off your poison and then stabs into you. with his long sword. The second attack he makes actually misses, though.
You're not good at this. Have you thought of an alternate career?
Raja?
Yes. I will go the rest of the way up, take out my rapier, and do some slashing.
You will get sneak attack on those as well, because Sila's within, so you can roll 3d6 as well.
If it's the one right in front of you, you've also got advantage in case you get a nat 20.
Oh yeah, that too.
Okay, yeah. There.
Were you targeting the Grey Weasel, or were you targeting...
Oh yeah, the one straight in front of me, sorry. I don't remember the name of... If he even has a name.
Okay, so you can roll at advantage, which means that if you want to just hover over the dice thing and then see the little plus.
On which one?
The rapier attack.
On the attack roll.
Yeah.
Yes, if you hover over the attack part where that 23 is, yeah. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically your rapier slashes into them, does 16 points of damage as it does so. She also does not look particularly thrilled about how this is gone. They don't look particularly thrilled about how this is gone. Is that your turn?
Yes, that will be my turn.
Woo?
Wu walks over to the trees next to him. He bends down and he picks up a small thing from the ground. He turns around and he throws it at the grey-looking one standing to the right of Sila. And as it transfers through the air, it turns into a small metal spike, and it disappears in front of the person. He is casting Crown of Madness, and the individual needs to make a saving throw of the wisdom variety. DC 16.
Okay.
Let me put that there. How do I get info? There you go.
She fails.
I, through my mind connection that is now made, instruct the grey-haired one to turn round and attack the white-haired one.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously not Sila, the one.
The non-horsey one.
The confirmation is appreciated.
And she does. How would you like for her to kill him?
The thorns appear, the metal iron around the head squeezes in hard until blood starts trickling down the head. The person turns round anti-clockwise with a sword and just almost like a movement that you might expect Wu to make were he a swordsman, and just slashes right across the middle and opens up the stomach.
Goodness.
Wonderful. He falls to the ground, and she kind of almost looks shocked at the fact that she's just basically killed the leader of her gang. I guess I should probably mark it. Whoops. Possible. Yeah, so
Wu says, the head of the snake is gone.
it is. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That's it.
Okay. Whistles, right? What would you like to do?
Yes. I wheel onto the bridge, wheel past the lieutenant. I just yell, "Excuse me!" Just wheel through. As I do, I pull out a wand from one side of my chair, on the pouch on the side of my chair. This wand is shaped sort of, it's bent in the middle, so it's got like a pistol grip to it. And I just tap it against the lieutenant as I go past him. I wheel forwards. And I'm going to raise up the wand towards Buckley Brown.
Yeah.
And I'm going to blast 2 Eldritch Blasts out of it.
Okay.
$14 and a 19.
Yep, they both hit. As the magic wand slams into him. He kind of like looks around to see where that's come from.
I just call back, "Thank you, Lieutenant." And with my other hand, raise up the tiny ballista again. And the tiny ballista blasts towards the same target.
Yep.
I wrote it in now.
That also works, and he gets pushed. I guess, does he still get pushed back at that far away, or?
He gets pushed back if it hits, so... yeah.
That hits. As, force damage slams into him from that.
I'm just sat there with a tiny pistol-shaped wand in one hand, a tiny ballista in the other hand, and just stare at him. And I'm done.
Okay. Silver's not having a great day. One of her friends just killed her boss. So, well, their friends just killed their boss, which is not great. And so they are basically going to move back and just start running back towards the forest.
Sorry, Rusty, can't do anything while stunned. They can't do their actions or anything. So they're now just my punching bag.
Okay, cool. Well, they're having a really bad day and they're just trapped there now. Buckley Brown Jr. is going to flee into the forest.
Good choice.
He's terrified.
Yeah, believe your zombie would get or your pirate ghost would get an opportunity attack too as he runs away.
Yeah, he has. He should do. Let's give it a go. That'll do it.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that does it.
But you get trying to pick on old folk.
The captain just takes a hold of his heart through his body and he just runs away, but the heart stays in the captain's hand.
Yeah, as he falls to the ground. That takes him out of... Yeah. Cool. The Blondies have basically just seen all of this shit happening. And we're not paid enough to deal with this. They are also going to flee into the forest, taking their fabulous hair with them. As they do so.
Not the hair.
Beautiful hair.
And they just disappear into the foliage. Weathers is not particularly happy with you, Wu. You just made her kill her boss. I don't actually... Oh, where are we? Crown of Madness. Is she still trapped under that? I don't think so. It's just one action.
No. She has to, it's up to a minute, so she has to make another wisdom saving throw at the end of its turn. So at the end of its next turn, it has to make another wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so what would you like for her to do? Because
The charmed target must use its action to attack the next person who wills.
yes.
The madness glowing in her eyes. So yeah, I will whatever the beardy one is, and I say that one.
Are they within reach, though? It says the target can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or if none within its reach.
Ah.
Yeah, with Crown of Madness, it needs to attack before it moves. So you
Okay.
tell her
Fair.
to attack, and then she moves on her own
Yeah.
volition.
Okay.
And then at the end of her turn, she saves.
There you go.
Okay, I don't know that she can actually make an attack.
No, she
Yeah,
can't.
she can act on her own because nothing's in range that Croy can target. So she'll just
Yeah.
do whatever
Okay.
she wants.
So that most likely will be attacking me then? If it's
It
not free
will.
will?
Yeah,
That's-
sorry.
Ah,
You're
that's fine.
closest.
I charged here for a reason.
However, she's also rolling terribly. Yeah. Yeah. She misses both of those, and she just sort of... She's free to move however she would like,
Yes.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
She's just gonna cast one look over her shoulder at Cyber and run into the forest. Because
You ain't going nowhere.
Only if you hit
Okay.
them.
I'll actually have to make the hit.
Yeah.
Very valid point.
It's going to be embarrassing if you don't now.
I'm sure that hits.
Grab her by the collar.
Just- Yeah.
No, I just use my hoof and kick her in the shin as she tries to go by.
Okay, so I believe she's now stuck here. Yes?
Mhm.
Yeah, speed is
No, she'd
zero.
be in the square above.
Okay. Yeah.
And then she can make a save against the Crown of Madness.
Yes, wisdom save.
DC 16.
No. It's 19.
Succeeds.
She is now free of the madness. Kai.
Kai is going to hobble over to under the tree and kind of stop and lean against the tree, catching his breath momentarily. And then cast Sacred Flame at the one that's stunned, which I believe, because it's a dexterity save, he automatically fails because he's
Yes.
stunned.
Yep.
Hope that someone take advantage of that.
That hits. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope. Right, actually, hang on. We got. Yeah. Okay. We'll be nice and clericy, I suppose. Healing word for Scylla.
No. Not that nice.
It's hit points.
Did you forget how to do it? No, thank you. That's very helpful.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, that's all.
Lieutenant!
I frown at Whisper and just went, "You scared them off. Shame." And then I'll turn around and see the couple remaining there, well within range. Yeah, let's hobble forwards a little bit first. 10, 15, 20. How far away are they? Oh, excellent. Okay, so I'll use my... Well, let's see. I'll take a shot at Silver and a shot at Weathers. Let's shoot both of them.
Yeah.
So Silver, bang. Weathers, also bang.
Okay, you'll have advantage again.
Does a ranged attack have advantage against a stun target?
Just says
All
attack,
attacks
I
have advantage
believe.
against stun target.
Yeah, attack rolls against creature have advantage.
Well, I'll keep the first roll if I can. So, I'll shoot at both of them. And then, presuming they're both still alive, because I rolled terrible damage.
Yeah, Silver looks particularly beat up. Weathers sort of not so much.
Alright, I will grab a hold of my pendant and raise my hand up from low to high and say, Stephen, grubs up. I'm going to summon my tentacle of the deeps just above the grey weasel. And Stephen is going to attack Silver.
Okay. I guess you would like the token for that.
Yes, please.
That's like a thing to add. There we go.
Tentacles consumed him entirely.
Yes, and they take this damage and it slams into her from the tentacle. They're still upright somehow, but they're swaying on their feet.
Advantage for possible crit?
Oh yeah, that's a valid point. Nope.
Oh well.
Cool, and finally, the captain will move, start floating over towards the rest of the fun. That is my...
Sounds good. Scylla?
Scylla will turn to Weathers and just go, you could surrender. You're not getting away. Then punch them in the face, hopefully. Nope. I'm assuming that doesn't hit.
It doesn't. They kind of just... Well, she glares at you and sort of spits on the floor.
Look vaguely annoyed and then go to punch their friend to the side. Should still have advantage.
How would you like to kill her?
Just while I'm still looking at Weathers, my hand will just shoot out, kind of grab them by the throat and just snap it.
Yeah.
Brutal.
And then just drop them and keep looking at Weathers and go, you don't have any friends left, to be fair. And then...
Brutal.
I'll use how many key points do I have left? Yeah, I'll use a key point to do Flurry of Blows. So 2 more unarmed strike. Does that hit?
Yeah.
Lovely, and I'll use my last key point to make it a stunning strike. So con save, please.
Sure. Yeah. What's the DC?
15.
She doesn't. She's not stunned.
I'll just use my last hit to punch them in the face one more time. Or attempt to.
Okay.
Hey! That looked painful.
Yeah.
Honestly, just give up. It'll be a lot less painful in the long run. That's my turn.
Yeah, and she kind of looks at you as you say this. Instead of maybe considering it, thinking about it.
Wu shouts, "Pledge allegiance to our flag!"
Kyle just kind of... Yes, please. Please do that. Doesn't need to be any more bloodshed. He's staring right at the body, but he doesn't actually make any further attacks, because I think he's just so stunned at how everything has actually gone down. Rush. Sure, you're up.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry. I didn't... Yeah, okay.
I started saying your name and then I forgot how to actually English halfway through that sentence.
It's fine. I just needed to make sure. Raja. She kind of just looks at the two bodies and then starts going through their pockets to see if they have anything valuable or anything that can give information of any kind, really.
Okay, roll me an investigation.
Yes.
Okay.
Works.
Yeah, you find a lot of things in the Grey Weasel's pockets. Not so much in silvers. And we will get to those shortly, if that's okay.
That's good.
Probably at the end of this round. Woo. Oh, is there anything else you wanted to do? Sorry.
No. I think that's it. I'll let Sheila deal with the last one.
Okay. Woo?
Woo, his hand stops spinning. He's moving now. You hear him clunking up the side of the hill, and he stands on top of it and he stares down. He's pretty tall, and he speaks to the lady with the grey face and says, "Pledge allegiance to our flag and you will be saved." And I want to intimidate her with all the death around, with this striding monster, albeit slightly creaking as it comes up. I want to try and intimidate her to get her to agree to throw down arms and at least, join us, build our army.
Okay. Roll intimidation with advantage. Yeah. And she doesn't look happy about it. But she does drop her weapon and kind of put her hands up. And I believe that will probably be the end of combat. Unless you would continue to waylaying on this person who surrendered, which is also an option. But it's up to you. That's what you would like to do.
Before Stephen leaves, he'll wrap around one of the bodies and drag it into wherever it came from.
Okay. Yeah. So the bodies disappear with the tentacle.
Just the one.
Okay.
Hopefully not the one with the treasure on its.
No, you've already got all of your.
Just so quickly, all the clothes whip off and all the loot falls in apart.
Uh-oh, we've lost Discord again. We'll hopefully be back in just a minute. There we go.
Got pulled away into the depths.
Wrong one!
Wrong one!
It's my turn.
That wouldn't be a pleasant meal either.
Crunchy.
Metal rather than flesh.
There might be rust monsters there.
Rust monsters won't affect me, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, so the stuff that was found in pockets. You find some coinage, some gems, some papers. One of them appears to be a love letter. There's a clipping of an newspaper advert for a tavern for sale in Hydra, which is the capital city of the next sort of major country over. You get 4 potions of healing, a silk handkerchief, and a star amulet, which I will drag into your inventory, and I think it's probably break time at this particular point in time. Welcome back. Hope everyone got caffeinated and or whatever you needed to over the break. Oh shit, I was supposed to drag stuff into inventories. But yes, you received some healing potions, some other things, papers, a rather nice amulet, handkerchief, gems, and other such things. So, is there anything you'd like to do now? You also have a surrendered half-orc who's kind of suspiciously eyeing you with her.
I say to the half-orc, kneel and pledge allegiance. I'll roll for it if you want.
She kind of warily looks up at you, but does. Kneel, I surrender. I surrender. I
will give one of the this one. Yeah, the potion of greater healing to Sila.
Okay.
How do I do that? Do I click on it?
I'll just
Just
I'll
let
just
us roll it and I'll heal whatever comes out.
Ooh.
Yes. There we go.
That was damn perfect. Oh, very good. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
I surrender.
That's
Will
good.
you join with us? Fight with us.
I do not.
Will you tell us where your friends ran to?
Those cowards. Too fussed about the hair rather than actually fighting anything.
Maybe you know something about the famine? Or what's happening?
I don't know. It's been slim pickings. The boss was supposed to retire after this job, but he didn't. One more, he says. Now look at him.
Oh, he's definitely retired, all right.
Cut down by his own teammates. How terrible.
How did you make me do that? She kind of looks up at you, Wu.
I am part of the force that has access to your mind. Better you are on our side than against us.
She kind of recoils away from you as you say this. I do not wish. I do not wish to fight anymore. The gangs are gone. All my friends are dead.
To be fair, half of you survived. That's better odds than most people that fight us.
There were twice as many of us before.
That might have been a fair fight.
Went into that cursed place. Greedy they were. Heard the rumors. Then they went there and only half of us came back. She spits on the ground.
To the
again.
other half.
Dead. Attacked by things.
What's rumours?
There's a place, isn't there? Up in the mountains, and she kind of like gestures up towards the temple. Rumored to have rooms filled with gold under it. All we found was death. Monsters. Things that creep out of the shadows.
Like the place we were after.
Yes, sounds exactly like what we were after.
You want to go there?
Well, I think we've proven we're a bit more capable than your previous.
Besides, either you die today with us, or you die of hunger. I mean...
You think I can't find food in the forest?
Yeah, but how long? For how long will you? The forest is dying, isn't it?
I suppose.
Hey, boy, get up here. We need to check if this is the same place that we're after.
He comes over, perhaps a little reluctantly, kind of. I don't know how much of a mess Stephen made when he disappeared with the bodies, but he's definitely eyeing the spot that they vanished from.
He just dragged it into a splash of water, and the body's just gone. There's like no trace of it apart from whatever blood was on the floor.
Okay, well he's definitely
Some
eyeing the
drag
blood.
marks.
Distrust. Disgust. Here! And he pulls out his map of the temple. Or to the temple.
Not to me. That one. He kind of jabs his walking stick at our new friend.
He looks really reluctant to approach her, but he does. Is this it? And he shows it towards her. Yes, that's the place. You don't want to go there.
Let's go.
It's cursed. I won't step foot in it. Not again. Not after it killed them all.
And maybe survive.
You at
Or
least
Kyle
walk.
here can kill you now.
What? I'm not killing her.
Meow. Meow.
I'm not.
You see,
Or
Kyle,
it'll be fine.
a good part of the bluff is when you don't shout out loud, you're not going to do the bluff. It's an important lesson you might need.
Come on, boy, you've messed it up now. Let's get a move
Or
on.
she will just facepalm herself.
Not.
Lucius is going to lean over and just whisper something to the captain, who will start floating over slowly towards the.
There, ghost.
Oh, fuck. As the ghost starts getting closer, I'll just say,
If you wanting to live, I suggest you say you'll come with us, otherwise my captain shall be removing ye heart.
That is less of a bluff.
You have a few seconds to answer.
She.
Walks
Slowly
backwards.
get closer.
Clear path.
Kyle gets the hell out of
Damn.
the way too. He's just like, I don't want any part of this. Fine. I'll show you. But we're running out of daylight.
Better get a move on then.
No, we should probably rest for a small while. I've sat down now, you see.
That does sound good.
Who let him sit down?
Damn it.
It'll take me best part of 10 minutes to get back up.
Literally forcing.
So
Well, no.
you've probably got another 3 hours of daylight left, if that is helpful towards any decisions that you may or may not wish to make about resting or not resting right now.
We may as well try and get there first, in case the other ones come back, the ones with the hair.
I
Quite like their hair.
I wouldn't
Very
worry
golden.
about the ones with the hair. Useless bastards.
I'll awkwardly stand up.
They didn't seem brave.
Nah.
I suppose we
So
could use the right to get
I'd
closer.
quite like it.
Just because yours has gone white. Then.
I miss my golden locks.
Gold
Ha-
was
ha-
stretch. I always thought straw suited you better.
How does
Yes,
this
well,
sound? Our camp is about an hour and a half that way. And she points into the forest. It's sort of roughly in the direction that you're heading in, but not quite. We could camp there for the night, and then in the morning, I could go with you to that place.
Hey, that
Well-
sounds safe. Head to the bandits' camp with the bandit prisoner.
I mean, we're rolling
this is the
inside.
best they had to offer, really.
Inside check.
Not a lot of accommodation in the woods, sadly.
Oh, 17.
Okay, so she's legit. She's genuine in her offer towards you.
Will there be anyone else there?
Nah, they all either died here, ran off into the forest like that lot, or died in the temple.
Fair enough. By the way,
Go on.
do you know anything about these amulets? And I show her the star amulet I took from the pockets of one of these dead guys.
She looks horrified when you say that thing came from there.
Oh.
Seemed we found it. Seemed to do funny things to the. Well, yeah.
Well,
It's not.
even more of a reason to go put it back where it belongs.
Could
Does
just go
anyone...
there and get this amulet?
Does anyone have any possibility to, like, cast detect magic or, like,
yes,
get
I-
any information on it?
I have detect magic, but if we take a rest with it, you'll be able to know exactly what it does. If you want to hold off till the camp.
Alright, yeah, we can do that.
I will also allow a religion check.
Alright, I will try that then. Not that I have any big hopes. No.
If anybody else would like to roll a religion check, if you've been like waving it around or showing it.
Yeah, like I'm holding it up by the chain. Like I'm not touching that stuff. That's that doesn't
No.
sound like the.
Lean over, let me take a look.
But I will pretty much allow a religion check from anybody who wishes to make one.
I just adjust my goggles and squint at it.
Okay.
Uh,
That is. Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine. I'm just humming.
It is a amulet that appears to bear the mark of a fertility goddess. Well, I say fertility, I mean more like in the terms of like farming and agriculture, like crops and nature and that kind of growth of plants and harvest. And her name is Daima, and she was the goddess of fertility, beauty, and good harvest.
That's it.
That would be her symbol. And it does kind of... Perhaps there's like some faint memory that indicate that you do remember that it could quite possibly be her temple that you are approaching towards. There were a bunch of like minor temples scattered around the woods and mountains here for various different gods and goddesses. But that's potentially could be the temple that you are heading towards.
It's an amulet for one of them, the harvest gods, but the boy says there's a temple around here. I don't remember it, but maybe that's her temple. Maybe these idiots stealing that desecrated it.
Well,
The gods frowning on us.
then we should probably put it back where it came from. For sure. Alright, now, show us the way.
Okay. And she does. And she follows you, or she leads you, sorry, through the forest to a small, comfortable camp.
Treehouse. It's a treehouse.
Roll for
Treehouse.
Come on, natural 20.
Because the thing you really want in your forest camps is a single ladder that everybody has to bottleneck on.
That sounds safe. What are you
All
on
you want to
about?
deal with as an old person with bad legs is a rope ladder.
Of course.
Monday's game has roll for treehouse. It's hilarious. We keep hitting natural 20s and Croy keeps having to provide us with tree houses. It's great.
Old treehouse.
Good call.
So if I will allow a roll for treehouse if you really desire one.
Who is the chosen one?
Has to be Croy, he called her.
Yeah.
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 I got to roll for one before Croy, come on.
Oh, it was close.
Close.
Too bad, too
It's
bad.
18 like almost a treehouse. It's on a bit of a hill.
Yeah.
It's an
pretty
old
much.
treehouse.
They're
Yeah.
on stilts. The houses are on stilts. There's
Yeah.
staircases.
Yeah. And it's very crudely put together.
Awesome.
But it does appear to be a little bit of a camp. So everybody can mark off a long rest if they would like to.
When Wu rests, he retains his vision and hearing throughout,
Yeah.
just in case that's relevant. So he'll be posted as a watch. He just goes into a state and he'll stand in a position and keep watch and listening.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go to Kyle at some point during the evening and just say, and I'll hand him the talisman that Lucius always wears around his neck and say, "Boy, wear this. It'll keep you protected."
Oh. Thank you. Are you sure you don't want it?
Yes.
Okay.
Just stare at him awkwardly for kind of far too long
Thank you.
until he puts it on.
Thank you so much. And he does.
Then I smile at him and go and leave.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, you will get a long rest. Everyone recovers from whatever it is that they needed to recover. You regain your spell slots, all of the fun jazz that come from a long rest. And you basically wake up in the next morning to discover that your half-orky friend has somehow managed to disappear during the night.
Could I make a perception check since I was still able to watch and...
Yes. Sure.
Oh yeah, she did. Surely.
Yeah. Yeah, she just has disappeared.
Has our gold disappeared?
No.
Good.
Totally
Why did we let Wu take watch? His eyes aren't what they used to be.
And here I thought I was gonna pay her. Oh well.
Yeah, no, she just disappears. And yeah, so you wake up the next morning to birds singing, the hum of the forest, and Kyle's bitching about the lack of comfortable sleeping arrangements. After a quick breakfast, for those of you who eat, or pretend to eat, or whatever,
Yeah.
you make good time to the temple. Though the path towards the mountain is very steep and in quite poor repair, it sits upon the highest plateau carved into the side of the Silver Mountain. And I probably should preload this scene. There's kind of like a stone wall that comes around it, though it's very crumpled in places and sort of exposing parts through which you can see slightly strange looking plants. It's also quite unstable looking. And so when you head up towards it, this also too is a cliff face, and it's probably about 20 feet towering up as it sort of tapers off towards what you assume is the entrance.
Nice map, Ross.
Yeah, this is really nice.
That's cool.
God damn. Wow.
So yeah. Are you going to continue along the path?
Yeah.
Climb straight up it. No. Yeah, sure. Let's just walk up it.
I'm gonna keep an eye on the top cliff face as we're going. Feels
Okay.
sus.
I'll keep my ears open, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you travel along. Nothing really appears to happen. Where's Kyle? I better move Kyle as well. It's like a
Kind of
good
like
idea.
helping his poor wheelchaired grandfather up the cliff.
I feel like that's a
I
particular...
move it quite fine on my own.
Yeah.
Get off.
I can
Kai, you're falling behind.
Come on, Kai.
As
I'll
those-
once the scene loads for me.
Oh, sorry.
I just assume he's keeping pace with me because we're both slow.
Yeah, pretty
I'll
much.
drag him up so that he's roughly with you. As you basically reach the gates, hang on, don't get
Oh,
ahead of
sorry.
yourself.
That's what the pause button's for.
Oh yeah, I kind of only really hit that when I'm accidentally leaning across my keyboard. But yes, as you basically reach what you assume used to be the gates of this temple, you discover that it's sort of been barricaded across with a bunch of wood and carts and sort of various other refuge. But the thing that really catches your eye is a piece of parchment that's been pinned to the gate. It's really old and faded, and the words have long been lost to the elements and stuff. But the thing on the bottom of it that potentially is a little bit strange to you is that there is the crest of the Eternal Council at the bottom. Now, the Eternal Council is basically the one who runs the city. And that's their official logo over this barricade at the gates. If that's at all, information anyone's interested in hearing.
Well, I didn't think the council would have made it this high up the mountain. Far too much like work for them.
Yeah, I probably sent someone.
This barricade is very poorly put together.
Wow.
It is.
Are
looks
we? Yeah.
Looks like someone's recently bashed through it, part of it too.
Oh, we might as well just step over it then.
And passing through the barricade, you catch the first glimpse of the temple, sort of held into the mountain by these large stone pillars that have been at the front of it. Some of them are quite damaged as this occurs, or appear to have been damaged. The garden itself just looks like a tangled mass of all different kinds of plants. Some of them look like at one point they may have actually been useful, maybe. Not sure. Maybe you are if you roll nature. I don't know. But all of the plants just look kind of off, even for those of you who are not particularly interested in plants. And yeah, temple stands before you. You've reached it. But I think perhaps that might be where we leave things for tonight. So
Yes.
this has been the first part of Respect Your Elderly. Thanks, guys.